What's going on, everybody? Testing iPhone sound test 2. Test. Sound test. All right, let's get into it. We'll cut the countdown short. What's going on, everybody? It's Mike Mulaney here again with Mulaney CycleWorks and the Nerdcast. Remember, nerd doesn't stand for the nerds that we grew up with in high school. Nerd stands for never-ending racing dreams. So, today we're starting a new drag bike build on Fusion 360, and today we're gonna do this in a multi-part series just because it takes some time to build a complete bike and finalize it and all that jazz. Probably gonna do half hour to 45 minutes at a time, and let's get after it. Again, full disclaimer, I am not a professional instructor, or I've never been to any Fusion 360 classes. I'm all self-taught, so if you see me doing something one way and you think I could do it easier your way, reach out. I'm willing to learn. I was a kid in high school that was told that I wasn't smart enough for this stuff, so I'm figuring it out every day. And we ain't stopping. Let's get after it. All right, so this is just our base setup. So right now what you guys see is the 3D scanned body I have here in the shop. I was able to import it into Fusion and now, build a bike around it, make sure I have the right widths. I don't want to make the chassis too wide because then the body just simply won't fit. I don't want to have a tube sticking out of the body. I bet you a lot of people that will see this probably think this process is a complete waste of time, but I don't think so, because I'm not really cool with wasting material, time, and time. So, all right. So let's just get started. We're going to do the back half. That's kind of the only thing I'm worried about right now. We got a front wheel up in there, a steering fixture, steering neck fixture, my lower center cross member, my rear cross member fixtures, and also my rear axle fixture block. So these reference lines that you see in all these black dots are just simply where just axle wheelbase length references. So this one's 70 inches and this one's 80 inches. So So I guess first things first, we got to think of the width of this chassis. Pro stock chassis is typically 17 inches, 17 and a quarter inches. This chassis, I think I'm going to make it 18 inches, a little wider, just because the option for rear wheels in the 460 class is broader. So some guys like to stretch out the 10.5 inch slick with a 11-inch rim, and I just want to be able to create a package that works with a lot of the products that are and components that are out there already. We're going to do a quick Facebook or social media thing real quick. Bear with me, we're doing this all. What's going on, everybody? Mike here, and recording the second episode of the Nerdcast, and doing live Fusion 360 drag bike builds. So if you want to come learn a thing or two, maybe you could teach me a thing or two, come hang out. YouTube.com, Mulaney Cycleworks LLC, or just type my name and come find me. All right, sorry. All right, let's build a drag bike. So we're going to build this bike. I believe right now we're going to do a 76-inch bike, just on count of the body works that are available. I think I can squeeze 76-inch underneath this body, this Hayabusa body. Gonna be tight. I mean, even if we have to favor the body back an inch or two, I'm not too worried about that. We got a lot of stuff to fit in the front half because this bike's going to be turboed. So we'll worry about that when we get into the front half in the next future videos here. So I'm going to do one more social media. Sorry, guys. We are live, doing it all live. What's up, YouTube world? All right, let's stop YouTubing, or I should say, let's stop social media and start streaming what we want to see. So quick little dimension check real quick. So this dot to that dot is 75. Cool. I dig that. We're going to use that spot because the axle blocks I plan on using, I was going to do some steel fixed axle blocks, but I've decided I'm going to make these nice aluminum axle blocks in case we want to stretch the bike out in the future. We can make new axle blocks and just stretch it out 2, 3, 4 inches or so. So first things first, start sketch, capture position. Right here, this is our lower main center tube. It's going to be 1.125. My center tube is the first thing I start with in the real world and in the CAD world. So metric 18. So this one's going to be 18 inches wide, new body. And I'm going to do my best with going in and labeling every single one of these tubes so I don't get ahead of myself and just have body numbers. Lower center cross member. And then we're going to do an offset plane from this edge right here. And we're going to do some math real quick. 1.125 divided by 2 is 0.5625 plus 0.65. So we'll move this in right there. So what this plane is right here, that's a construction plane. So now I could click on that surface and actually use it. to use to sketch on. So this is representing the center of the 1/8" tube that would be on the outside of the chassis. But I also move it in 60 thou or so to have a little bit of room for welding. And then one thing I want to do here is import the axle blocks. So we go into our file. We'll go into our library here of saved parts. All these parts here I've made and designed and whatnot. So click on here, and what's awesome about Fusion, simply click and drag. And you just kind of got to configure where it needs to live. I want to skip a step, but I'll just leave this guy floating in space real quick. I just want to make a quick reference mark because it'll allow me to put this where I need it. See that purple circle floating in space right there? So what I'll be able to do here is modify, change this to components, and then I'll pick this point that we just made. Oh, I see what's happening. Scoop and split. Control. Nope. Hold. I want to grab that center. Oh, snap. Capture position. And that should be right in line with our offset plane that we made before. So I'll pull that up. And you can see right here, this vertical faint line is dead center with my axle block. Smells like the old mama's cooking. So we got that there. So what we'll do is we'll make this piece here in the future. We actually should move it forward an inch because this point right here is 75 inches. So we'll just move her forward an inch. So we got some pretty cool starting points right now. We've got simple, we'll give us a little bit window here. We got axle block in position as well as our center cross member tube. And let's get our wheel in position too, thinking about it, just so we can just so we can have a wheel that's in there. One thing I'm going to do here is just make a simple. Oh, we got simple. Sorry, I think fast and it just comes out of my mouth. Comment that wheel and boom. Kind of big, kind of large in charge. We might have to raise up our axle because this tire is going to be a little taller than a Pro Stock tire, but we'll see. Not too worried about the tire. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and just raise everything up an inch and I'll put spacers underneath. I put spacers underneath my rear jig, so we'll do a control there, control here, and control. You want to just move it up 1 inch. Looks a little better. It'll still give us our chassis to have some rake to it. All right, let's take the wheel off. And just don't mind that gap that's down there. I'll put some aluminum spacers underneath of it. 1 inch spacers ain't nothing. Again, CAD is just for me for references. So it's nice I could bring my laptop out into the shop and do a little click, and I know how wide the tube needs to be, or how long it needs to be, I should say. All right, let's start laying some tubes. I guess I do need the rear tire up in there to get an idea. We might move these two back just a little bit. So there, and control, we want to do this one. Let's just probably move this back 2 inches. Yeah, let's try 4. The reason why I'm going in 2 is because the bolt pattern on my jig table is I might be a little close for regulations. We'll just do 2. Figuring it out just with you guys, so bear with me. I think what we're gonna do is move these center up forward closer to the motor. Let's see what kind of wheel do that. Make another quick reference. So we'll do a P for project. Here we can probably get 52 or so from rear axle to the center of the crank. Be solid. I could deal with that. So that means we'll just move our center cross member forward, just so we're not so the space that's right here is just dead space. So we'll just move this point forward 2 inches, and our engine brackets won't have to be so big and obnoxious. So we'll do a finished sketch, and then move here, there. Let's do this in 2 steps. Which is fine. I'm not too worried about it. Kind of the nice thing about Fusion is that, honestly, at the end of the day, everything is not set in stone. So and we're going to do -4, and all that will line up again. So we'll still have our reference, even though we move that stuff, our references is still there. Our offset plane still be in line with where I need it. And What's up, Mr. Langley? I'm happy with that. So let's start making some tubes. Well, I'm not happy with that, but I'll center my rear wheel up here in a second. That 6 sketch came from. We're just gonna delete it. Don't really need it. All right, so I guess at the end of the day, right now, we need to start connecting dots. So we'll grab our. I do want to make 3 more cross members really quick, and now we'll just do the 2 rear ones first, and then. So we're gonna pick this point. Pick this point. Oh, not that point. It's just a circle, not the entire. So this will be a 1.125. All my tubes are typically 058. Kind of a spec with NHRA. And the 2 center cross members, I beef up the ones that kind of hang the motor. You know, a lot of shock when these bikes are, you know, drop the clutch at 6,000 RPM from 0 to 100 real quick, you know. So we got 2 cross members there, and we'll just extend these boys 18 inches. That's what the width of our chassis is going to be. So there we go, guys. We have 3 tubes. We're getting there. And you'll see what I'm going to do here shortly with mirroring. I only focus on one side since, like I said before, Mr. Lang, is the sound better today on YouTube? I think it is. Trying to talk more into the microphone instead of away from it and moving all around. So. All right. So I clicked on that right side plane. I'm just grabbing a couple of references so I have something to click to. So we're literally connecting here to here, and then we'll go here, there, and there, there. We might do this one in the two and that there is our raw shape of the side. So I know my bending radius and my my tubing bender I have is 4.5 inches. And then we need another, might go a little higher with that one and define this number. Do 6. Yep, like that. Oh, one thing I want to insert into this so we can have some more references. Right now I'm kind of drawing from ideas in my head, but sometimes what I like to do is insert a canvas, and I have my good old buddy Jimmy Montaigne's like perfect picture. I'll click here, click there, and I literally 64, so we'll change that to 75. It scales it, and then we'll just put this into place, and I'll have a, this isn't the same body work I'll be using, but it gives us a pretty solid reference to, another bike. Now my tubes and stuff are going to be way different, but just gives us an idea where the body work might lay, and looks like this steering neck's actually pretty low, and just differences. So pretty cool, and I could change the opacity on that too, so it's not as I'm actually going to go higher with that number on that side tube. Probably bring that up to 7 inches. We're looking good. All right, one more tube I want to put in here is more of like a mock-up, like a swing arm style tube, This will go the top of that. Some vertical supports, and who knows, maybe being that this bike's so long, I could put a nice diagonal tube here, maybe another diagonal tube here or something. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll even I like it. Let's do it. Let's define some measurements so they won't move around on me in the future. 0.875 work. Cool. Nice round number. 0.875. How's that look? Yeah. All right. So that is literally the base shape to the rear half. Now we need to add a few more construction references and places where we can add some sketches. Sorry, really thirsty today for some reason. I think I've been drinking a little too much coffee, and it's messing with my system. So simple as this, we're going to construct up here plain along path. Real simple, real easy to use. So boom, there, boom. And as long as it's on the path that we want to work with, I don't care where it is. Boom. That's that right there. Oh, I got 2 more to do. And this one, I'm actually going to do it twice, even though I probably don't. All right, let's start laying them. So here to here is, and what's nice is you always have a center point of where that line is. So even when the camera views 90 degrees to the part, then you have a whole bunch of parts and stuff in the way. You can just click the black dot, and that's the center point that we want to work with. Again, 1.1/8, because that's pretty much what this chassis is going to be. 1.1/8 tubing, 058, and then finish sketch. I'm just going to go ahead and do that process to all these all these sketches real quick, all these planes. And again, see this black dot? We click on that, and that's where we need to work. So, oh, not that black dot. This. So, I don't know if you guys are catching the drift of what I'm doing here, but I'm just simply giving references of the tubes and where I need those tubes to be. And what size. I can make this, it doesn't need, for what I wanted, what I'm doing right now, I don't need it to be a circle. If I wanted to make an I-beam and have it follow where I want it to go, this is the same process. Yeah, so if you're a computer savvy, stream savvy type of person, hit me up. I'm also interested in trying to get some background music playing, just so I got something that's playing and I'm not overthinking stuff. And music makes the world a lot better place. So, a little about the 460. For those that will see this video and just simply not familiar with what a 460 motorcycle is, it's a pro category in some of this in the sportsman sanctions. I think it's a pro category. Pretty sure it's a pro category. 8th mile racing, and these bikes cannot go faster than 4.60 seconds in the 8th mile. The closest you can get to the 4.60 is better. Obviously, the goal is you want to be dead on, like dead on. And, and that's how you win 460. Really competitive class. At a lot of these races, you'll see 30, 40, 50 bikes even sometimes. And a lot of those bikes are just old dinosaurs, and still good bikes. They're just old. So what I want to do is just help update some things and try to get some new bikes out there, and just help the motorcycle drag racing sport grow. So I got all those, pretty much all of those planes to go away. They just kind of go away once you press finish sketch. You could always pull them back up. All these construction planes here to the left, right above me, you kind of actually can't see them. So click on this and the plane shows back up, and you can click on it again. So simple process is this: we do extrude, and we're going to do not one side, we're going to do two sides, and then distance to object, and then literally click on this face, and then rotate a little bit, and then the same thing for the second side, and boom. We're not going to do a join because I want to keep all of this separate. And there's our first tube we're going to lay out with our process. So like I said before, I'm going to do my best with labeling all of these. And we're ready at 37 minutes. Upper rear cross member. Lower rear cross. Upper right. really hard to probably a shorter word. There's probably a shorter word I can call that, but I'm just gonna try to keep it all going. So what I'm gonna do with this one is gonna be a little different. Being that, let's see, we're just gonna do a sweep. We're gonna do this profile here. We're gonna do path. And it will, right, it defaults to red, the cut, but we're gonna do a new body. And we're also gonna click this one because that's where the tube's gonna end at. So there's our second tube. And just kind of continue this process of connecting the dots. All of it again, two sides. Click that. But whenever it turns red, you have to change it to a new body because if it's red, it wants to cut material away. And there. And it also wants to default to join, so I don't want that to happen either. Mr. Langley, how's that GS bike going, man? You still working on that bad boy? Oh, we got a new subscriber. My boy TJ Golden. Miss you, buddy. If you ever watch this, I miss you. Haven't seen you in a few years, dude. Oh, we're getting there, guys. Like, got a lot of tubes coming in, starting to take some shape, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I'm gonna go ahead and label these. We'll call this one right side, lower center cross to upper rear cross. Swing arm tube. I call it a swing arm. It's not, obviously we don't have swing arms on these bikes, but it's in the area where swing arm would be on a normal drag bike. So this would be a axle block to lower rear cross. The lower center cross to rear cross. Dog, let me know what you need. I'll help you out. So you need a subframe made for that bike, huh? Because its tail section is too long. Soon I want to start having live capabilities of doing like online chat and I don't know, I don't see a million people coming and hanging out, but like a couple drag bike guys, like a hangout spot, have me doing this in the background, but then have a chat room of 4, 5, 6, 10 individuals having a good old time just talking drag racing and the future of drag racing. Distance. 2. So boom, there's our you want to beat her, huh? You want to beat her. All right, so there we go. There's the basic shape. I'm gonna do something about the wheelie bar mounts. I may extend this, thinking I might extend this up maybe 2 inches or so and have the top mount come that way and just up off this piece right here. And then I'll have a lower mount stick out down here. I want to keep this area open for the brake system and whatnot. So then we'll do create mirror, and we'll do all these tubes here. Oh, plane. Oh, and then we're going to do that again because you can't do components and bodies at the same time. At least I don't know how to. We'll do components and grab this rear axle block and do the same exact process. And then we'll go ahead and center, make a little cross member tube. What I'll do is project and grab this tube. Only thing I need to do here is make a quick little center reference line. Because if you're not perfectly center, I've learned, man, it could just ruin your day. You know, if you go to, the tube's just not there, make sure these two are parallel. What I want to do here is just do one more tube, cross member tube. And this one I'll probably do 058 here again. Two sides, up to object 1, and then up to object 2, new body. Turn off some of these sketches because it does get a little confusing over time. Yeah, there's a back half. Probably go ahead and put a cross member tube. We'll do one more cross member tube. And we'll go back to that one sketch, and then I'm gonna turn one sketch back on. Nope, not that one. Because what I want to do is I want to use the sketch as a reference, and then pick up a point. And then this one's gonna be, I guess we'll just do it there. We'll be good right there. 1.125, and this one's gonna be 065.065. Same process. Kind of repetitive, but that's kind of the name of the game with this fusion stuff. Trying to shed some pounds, Mr. Lee, huh? Well, guys, there you go. There is the simple point of the back half. I will have a tube up in this area. Just kind of got to figure out what I want to do and how I want to attack that. I could probably, we'll just do it real quick. Let's do it. So we'll pull up a sketch again. And I want to make a plane off the center of this, right? So we'll do construction, plane at angle. And right now it's vertical. And it's a simple 90 degrees to lay it back down. Click this one. So now what we can do is project. I want that line as a reference. And then center. And I got Fusion's all about references. All right. So what we're going to do here is just go point, point. That. I don't know, just tinkering around right here. Nothing too crazy right here, but just trying to see what something looks like. And then we got to change these points to 4.5 because that's my bend. And then yeah, I really don't know if that's going to be our ticket right there, but we'll try. We'll see. The biggest thing is I'm trying to keep the seat height low because on some of these bikes, some of these bikes are only like shoot 18-inch seat height, I think it is, which is pretty cool. Real low. Sucks for a tall guy, I would have to admit. But glitching on me a little bit right now. I need to work on that last sketch we just did. What I want to do is boom, boom. This one. What we'll do is Control T. Oh, we'll just move it back until it looks good. Then again, construction, plane on sketch. Realistically, I could do that one simpler with the sketch. Center. C for circle. P for project because I want to grab that point. C for circle. I'll probably just do this one out of one. We'll do it. All the same. And then we're going to do a sweep. So see what happened here. My center circle was not on the correct plane. No biggie. I'll come back here, redefine sketch plane, and just click on the right one, and it clicks right to where we need it to be. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think I might have to give that a little bit more angle to play with, and change should work in there, no problem. But I might have to give that a little bit more angle in this area. So like, so we have a coincident here, I think. What is it called? Ew, that's some stuff up. Now, if you want to keep it on this line and keep it coincident with that, you can. What we're going to do is something simple. Just delete this, this, and this. And pull this back just a little bit. And mirror it again. Might get a little bit of a red flag. Oh, we didn't. We did a little bit. So, path. Redo this path. Failure column. That looks a little better. A little more better. But all right, well, that's the start of a back half and the new 460 bike. It's going to be 74 to 76 inch wheelbase, Hayabusa body. Let's see, kind of get an idea. Getting an idea here. An idea. Tubes are sticking out of the body, but I'm not too worried about that because the Busa body is pretty wide, and we're going to have some nice carbon fiber side panels. But that's not looking too shabby. Dig it. Dig it. We'll see. Well, I might change up that one last two we were working on, but this is kind of the name of the game. I started this project already and then realized that the wheel that the customer wanted to supply was just a little too wide for the pro stock width, and that's kind of a bummer. Kind of wastes a lot of time. But hey, that's learning. And this is going to be the conclusion of what we got going on here. Like I said, I just wanted to do a back half for you guys. Maybe we can, I'll do this tube real quick. Not done. Two side. Object. And I can go back and actually go back and edit the mirror feature and add this tube to it. Should one, two. Right when you end stuff and you want to add something, then you overload the system. We'll just do another mirror feature. Nothing. There's just a couple clicks. Bodies. Click here. Click there. Boom. Pretty cool. Like I said, there's the start. We'll turn this couple sketch off. We'll label this one sketch. Right side tube layout. We'll turn it off because it's annoying with too many lines. And then we can also turn off the original. Boom. One thing I could do really quick to show you guys something, because I can't seem to stop talking. I could select all of these. Select. And then Click and then physical material. Should get a box that's gonna pop up. Yep. Metal. 41 chromoly 4130. That's what we're working with. So steel. I bet you I could do this too. So that select and properties. $360 ounces. What's that? Hey Siri, what's 360 ounces in pounds? That's 22.5 pounds for the back section. Pretty cool. Obviously a guesstimate with you know, CAD world into the real world. But all right, guys. Mr. Lee, thanks for hanging with me. We'll see you on the next one. I'll probably come on tonight for a little while to do episode 3 and, you know, do a little finishing here and there, maybe add some wheelie bar mounts and start going forward. Probably start the back half here on this thing within the next 2 or 3 days. I know Christmas is coming up, but hey, the shop's right outside and that's my place to hang out. So thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the support. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. All that fun stuff. Be safe. And thank you again for all the support, all the positive support. And we're going to keep doing this, y'all. I'm learning all these new tricks. Soon we'll have some cool overlays and we're just going to have some fun, man. Thank you.